Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 22. This I'm reviewing the 72nd episode of the anime, Saint Elmo's Fire, and the 194th chapter of the manga, Spite. This episode is adapted from the last two chapters of the Hot Springs training arc, chapters 110 and 111, and yes, they do adapt the entirety of these two chapters. What happens in this episode? Well, you have Asha trying to get through the heat, and at one, of course, the female captain, Captain Merlin's older sister, tells him like he should learn a little bit more himself. So he decides, okay, just channel his power into himself to do the whole Black Asha look, and yeah, the younger one of the Vermilion siblings dubs it Black Asha. He flies over, and he's able to withstand a punch from Captain Vermilion. Eventually they do get to the top, and apparently at night this volcano is dormant. Okay, even though when we last saw it was basically erupting. Oh yeah, and Asha also basically blasts his way through a magma monster when he's Black Asha form. It's just so good. Gets to the hot spring, it was great, and then let's get says everybody, take off your clothes. Everyone's like, what? And then, of course, Maron from the Blue Knights comes with the ingenious idea of making a men's and women's bath by putting up a mud wall. So one got started for the guys, another one for the girls. And which side did they show first? The women's side. Yes, you get a chance to see Captain Vermilion, the Marvillion, Charlotte, Metron, Noelle. You can see these four ladies sort of in the nude, though they censor it with steam. Of course, Yuno's wind spirit is actually there too, though she covers herself up with a small cloth that basically serves as a towel. And I like the fact that we get some respect, especially from Charlotte, who's also from a nobility, and tells her to try some of her liquor. And it's also revealed when she's talking to Noelle that apparently her mother was the one who found this place first and recommended it to her. Okay. And apparently, according to her, like, despite the fact this place is here, no one uses it. So, the Crimson Lions can use it anytime they want to, which I think is so hilarious. And let's see, what else? Oh yeah, she mentions that also Noelle basically is a spitting image of her mother, but she's weak in magic compared to her mother. Yeah, and it's interesting though the fact that she knows nothing about her mother at all, aside from the fact that she looks exactly like her. Well, it's interesting though the fact that Marvillion, she knows. I mean, from the way it looked from the flashback, it seemed like she was Noelle's mother's best friend, who knew her very well. So she kind of becomes sort of a mentor to her and to Noelle and Asha at the same time in this episode, which I think is great. Yeah, and then of course Charlotte gets sort of like she hasn't like haven't tried liquor yet, and apparently she starts lying down on the water, and Mer's like, "You're not even drunk yet. You're already passed out." Of course, she's remembering just prior to like less than 2 episodes back, she got drunk with a love rival for Yuno's affection, and apparently she daydreams of Yuno in a nude. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if Vanessa does the same thing. Yeah, I would not be surprised. And and of course the wind spirit passes out too, which I think is so funny, the fact she passes out too. Yeah, and then we show the guy's side. And the way they cut to the guy's side is the most hilarious way. Apparently Noelle knows to get a little bit heated up, and apparently it's from Captain Vermilion's younger brother, who's apparently heating up the pool, heating up the hot springs, and try to cool it down. Which, okay, that's neat. And of course, Yuno comes with the neatest idea possible. Okay, gentlemen, prove how much of a man you are by going over that wall and peeking in the women's bath. I'm like, okay, this is like the 3rd series I've seen that does this, where you have guys who peek on the women in the girls' bath. The first series that started doing this was Naruto Shippuden. The only other series I've seen this in is One Piece. Yeah, where Sanji did this twice over the course of the series. The first time, he had me find sort of 10,000 berries in order to see Nami in a nude, which I thought was so funny. And here, yeah, it's always like, yeah, let's go peek. And then, of course, the episode ends abruptly with Ash. Of course, basically, and Yuma does the thing where he does Asha, like keeps grabbing his head and trying to squeeze him. He's like, no, it's against my character. And of course, Asha is, yeah, he's only coming baiting with guys. I don't think this implies that Yuno was gay. No, especially since you have Charmy, who has got a thing for him. Yeah, especially since she refers to him as his meat prince. Yeah, I will talk about her soon because the recent chapter features her. Yep. And of course, the episode abruptly ends with like, "Oh yeah, I only got my heart for sister and like nobody else." I'm like, and you was like, "Okay, fine." And the most weirdest thing, you also see like all the guys' rear ends. Like, okay, apparently it's okay to show a guy's rear end, but not a woman's rear end. I think he's used it for Charlotte, but like nobody else. Apparently, Vermilion, she has no problem showing herself in her birthday suit. Yeah, she has no problem with it at all. And one thing I noticed about her compared to the Earth Women, she's the biggest, she's the most beefiest one out of all of them. She's got the most muscle. She's got more muscle than Charlotte does. Which that's something. This overall was just a good episode and just purely funny. Yeah, great comedy spots. And of course, with this episode wrapping up the Hot Springs arc, okay, Hot Springs arc is over. So does that mean the Row Knights arc is next? Yes, it is. Yep, that tournament's come up next episode. But who knows how many episodes this one's going to last for. My personal theory, 10 to 12. Excuse me. Now let's talk about this newest chapter of the manga, Spite. Chapter starts off with Charmy saying, "Where am I?" And Asha, like, "Miss Charmy, what are you doing here?" "I don't know, I was clinging on to Yuno, and I am here." "What, Yuno, where are you?" And it's like, okay, apparently she thinks about Yuno. And then we see, I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He's one of the squad captains. He's the captain of the Deer Squad. I'm looking at the guy up here. Because I know he's the captain of the. I keep forgetting this guy's name because the guy's obsessed with drawing. It's what is his name here? I'm trying to find his name because I think it's Lyra. Yeah, Lyra. He's like, "You can't draw, so yeah." He's like, "Maybe this will make you hungry." So Shari feeds her some food. Hey, food, calm me down. Yeah, and Asha's like, "When do you do?" Like, apparently it's like serve some food and tells her to shut up. Oh, and she gets ticked off about food. He's like, "Did you did you just do that to my food? For the sake of creation, I'll destroy you first." You know, it's like destroy humans. Asha Bartami is like, huh? All of a sudden, something weird happens to her. She transforms into this. Yeah, it is revealed that Charmy is a human and dwarf hybrid. And of course, I was like, "What? Miss Charmy got bigger?" It's like, "You're a human dwarf hybrid." And Noelle and Asha are shocked, like, "A dwarf? Dwarf!" She doesn't even know. She didn't even know. It's like, and Asha like, "Wait, what's a dwarf?" Yeah, and of course, Noelle explains that it's from her grandfather's stories. And apparently her adorable shape turned to freaking wolves. Yeah, it's like the old expression, "a wolf in sheep's clothing," and this literally is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And apparently these wolves can talk. And then she says, "I am starving." and then they just lick up some silverware, and they use meal magic to basically blast away this guy. Yeah, and she, of course, is ticked off. And then do that to good food. Have some protein, and have some fat, and have some carbohydrates. I'm like, what? What the heck is Charmy thinking? It's so weird. It's so funny. Yeah. Like, when I was reading this, I'm like, what? When I was reading this, like, last night, I'm like, wow, Charmy is a human dwarf hybrid? I don't think anybody in the series even knew. This just comes completely out of nowhere. Well, there's kind of a reason for that. Because this is a character who doesn't get delved into that very much. I mean, prior to this, the most development they did with her was when she's actually 19. And that was back during the beginning of Witch's Forest arc. Yeah, a while back. Excuse me. And then, like, almost nothing was done with her after that. And here, it's like, oh, she is a human dwarf hybrid. Okay, this is coming out of nowhere. Yeah, and she's a very lovely woman. I mean, from looking at the way it looks in the picture, from the panel I saw, she looks like she's about the same height as probably Vanessa. Yeah, she looks like about the same height as Vanessa. And she looks like she's probably also maybe taller than Noelle, and definitely taller than Gray. So, yeah, tall as Vanessa. Maybe almost the same, probably a little bit shorter than Yuno. No, Yuno. Yumi. But it's interesting to know that this woman is in love with Yuno. The guy who half the time doesn't do much of anything. Yeah. Like, she's obsessed with him. Like, she's been in love with him ever since the Royal Capital arc. And it is something, though, the fact that they get a chance to briefly hang out in this before they get briefly separated. I wouldn't mind these two hook up at the end. Though there's a rumor, there's a fan theory that possibly that at the end of the series, Asha and Noelle might get married, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. Especially since Noelle is in love with him. One thing I would love to see happen, like, after this arc, that Noelle's brother, Captain Silva, like, goes to Asha's village and do sort of a background check on him, figure out if this guy is good enough for his sister. I wouldn't be surprised did that at all. Yeah. Overall, great chapter, but like with the episode, so funny. Such a good thing, and I don't like. There was one guy I was saying that who was reviewing all the DLC stuff for Jump Force, and he's saying like, who cares about Black Clover? I do. I like Black Clover. Yeah, basically what this guy was saying, he was basically making a lot of Black Clover fans very angry with his comment, saying that thinking that no one cares about Black Clover. Yeah, there are people who like Black Clover. I like it. Notorious Hokage likes it too. As a matter of fact, he's doing reviews of it for quite some time. Yeah, well, I can tell anyways. You know, I just subscribed to him. And if you watch his, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this newest episode of the series. As far as I don't think you reviewed the manga, as far as I know, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this chapter, especially what happened with Charmy. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next video, which I'm going to review the newest chapter of Boruto. I was hoping to do this yesterday, but I actually completely forgot about it. Okay, yeah. But until you see the next review, bye.